Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I want to show you how I made Saragli, this amazing Turkish dessert. You're gonna see the quantities on the screen and I'm gonna tell you the ingredients. So I'm gonna need sugar, caster sugar, water, cinnamon stick, cloves, some honey, rose water, zest and juice from lemon and vanilla. I will put the sugar in a pot with the water because I want to make a syrup out of these. Add the cinnamon stick and those cloves. Cut some lemon zest with a thin knife, or you can even grate it if you prefer it like that, but make sure to use only the yellow part, otherwise the white part is bitter and it's gonna make your syrup bitter as well. Add 1 tablespoon of honey and put all of these on the stove on medium heat and cook these. Simmer it until the sugar is gonna be dissolved. Take it from the stove, and now I'm gonna add vanilla extract. Otherwise, if I'm adding vanilla extract before boiling it, I feel like lots of the flavor is evaporating. Add 1 tablespoon of rose water and also lemon juice from half of the lemon, and let this cool down. Now let's talk about the filling. As well, you're gonna see all the quantities on the screen. 1 pack of phyllo pastry or 400 grams of these, and I bought these ones fresh, but I recommend you to use the frozen ones. I like a lot better, but I couldn't find them. Cinnamon, butter, and walnuts. You can use pistachio or pecans or whatever nuts you desire or your budget is allowing you. I use walnuts and I will use about 300 grams of these, or let's say 3 cups. I need that butter melted, so I will melt it in the microwave, but you can do it on the stove as well. Walnuts, I'm gonna grind them with the food processor and put them in a bowl so I can have them handy when I'm gonna start assembling this dessert. Try to grind them a bit coarser. You don't want them to look like a flour. So because my food processor is pretty tiny, I'm gonna do this in batches. Add cinnamon over the walnuts and give them a mix. Your dessert will gonna have a lovely flavor with all that syrup, and this cinnamon is gonna be delicious. Just make sure that the person that you're serving this dessert are not allergic to cinnamon. I melted that butter as you saw, and I'm gonna grease a pan in which I'm gonna assemble the cake. Open up the phyllo pastry package, and you need to cover this phyllo pastry. Work just one at a time, but cover the rest because they can dry up pretty fast. As you can see, I brushed 1 phyllo pastry with butter, sprinkle walnuts, top it up with another phyllo pastry, brush it with butter, fold it in half, use 2 skewers, barbecue skewers, and push the phyllo pastry from the edges, crunch it up a bit, and take out those barbecue sticks, and you can place these in your tray. Proceed in the same way with the other phyllo pastry. So take one, cover the rest, Brush this one with melted butter. Try not to add too much butter because it's gonna be hard to work with it. So just let's say 1 tablespoon of butter that you can brush the whole phyllo pastry. Otherwise your phyllo pastry will be too soggy and it's gonna be hard to work with it. Sprinkle walnuts, and I like to add a lot of these. Imagine this with pistachio. Yeah, will be amazing, and your cake will have a lovely color as well. But walnuts are good as well. And in Romania, we're making this dessert most often with walnuts because we have lots of walnuts. Over this, I'm gonna add another phyllo pastry. I'm picking it up with care because I don't want it to rip off. They're really fine and delicate, so handle them with care. Press a bit, and I make sure to cover the rest of them. Brush this phyllo pastry as well with some butter. Just sprinkle like this from place to place, and after that just brush it up. Fold it in half, and do this with a lot of confidence, okay? Nothing bad can happen. Put those skewers in on one edge of the pastry and start folding. Not too tight. Your hands will do the job. Just watch what I'm doing here, and I'm sure you're gonna be able to do this as well. So fold it nicely with those skewers, and after you fold it, just scrunch a bit the dough towards the middle, and this is why we need those skewers, like that, and place the dough in your tray. In the meantime, make sure to preheat the oven at 180 Celsius. While you put them in the tray, make sure to butter them, okay? Brush them with that melted butter because we don't want them to get dry. And do the same with the rest of phyllo pastry. Brush them with the butter. And when you finish all the phyllo pastry, pour over the ones that you have in the tray, the rest of that melted butter. And bake them in the oven at 180 Celsius until they are looking like this golden brown. One thing that I always forget is to cut them before I am baking them, okay? I don't know why. So with a knife, you should do this before baking them, but I always forget. For this, I am doing this. I'm cut them like this after the baking. It's fine. It's nothing out of out of this world, but it's just a small detail that I always forget to do. So after I cut them with a knife, I will pour all that syrup over this yummy dessert. with that cinnamon and vanilla and rose water, lemon zest, and it will seem a lot of syrup. Pour it all over there, okay? The phyllo pastry will absorb everything, and this dessert will be divine. You will need a tea with this because it's gonna be really sweet, but this is the charm of this cake. Let it cool down, and you can serve it after that. Sprinkle some of the walnuts that you didn't use, and also you can serve this with ice cream. That ice cream will cut a bit from the sweetness of this sweet dessert. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you here next time with another recipe. Until then, find reasons to smile. Also, don't forget the ingredients are in the description box as well. Thank you. See you next time.